why we chose full-time RV living. We've been full-time in our fifth wheel for almost 2 years now, and we thought now was a good time to talk about why we chose full-time RV living over our sticks and bricks lifestyle, and to give you a little bit of insight as to who we are, why we started this YouTube channel, and what our motivation has been over the last almost 2 years.
Actually, it's been longer than that. We owned a small RV when we lived in Alaska for 3 years. We've always had the travel bug. With Gordon being military, we did a lot of traveling. And we've just, a lot of times we went from point A to point B as fast as we could. And we said, we really need to slow this down and check out everything that's in between point A and point B. So we've actually had this travel bug for a long time.
Travel bug's been around a long time. Now, the first RV she's talking about was our Forest River Surveyor. It was a 26-foot tow behind. If you saw us in the early days, you've seen that. That's how we started out when we were in this. But we bought that in 2017 and used it to explore all of Alaska.
All of Alaska that you could possibly take a trailer on.
Right. And even some of it, I mean, you had to go off-wheeling to get to some of the spots
right.
we went to. And, we had a lot of fun in Alaska with it. We loved that trailer. And I'd say probably around 2000 and late 2017, early 2018 is when we really started taking a hard look at going full-time in an RV.
And definitely, it takes a lot of planning. So if this is something that you may be interested in doing, start planning it. Set a date, make your goal, and then work towards that goal. Because that's basically how we did it when we wanted to do something like this. Is we set a goal. Of course, our goal end got a little bit moved due to COVID, but we didn't extend it. We moved it up.
Right.
So it was like a last mad dash rush to try to get out of Alaska before they shut down that Canadian border. But set yourself a goal to figure out what you want to do and how you want to do it.
Right. So part of this video is about that. So if you are thinking about going into RVing full-time, or you're already RVing full-time, or you just like following people like us who provide some tips, some how-tos and stuff like that, now's a great time to hit the subscribe button. And if you hit that notification bell, every time we upload a new video, you'll get notified. That way you can keep track of what we're doing, where we're going, and maybe you can learn something. And a bonus for everybody is if you leave us a comment down below, it not only helps us and growing our channel and getting exposed to new people, but you can help other people who are watching our videos and reading those comments, because maybe you have a way of doing things that we're not sharing or that we don't know about, and
right.
Everybody in the group might learn something.
Right. And don't forget to hit the like button.
It's very important. It does help. So in 2018, we were really in the plan phase of getting full-time in our RV, and it just so happened that one of the biggest channels that we followed was making a trip to Alaska.
Right.
So when Keep Your Daydream came to Alaska and they did a meetup at Cabela's, we went and met them, and meetups are really hard. Especially for somebody like them, because there's such a big channel and there were so many people there.
So many people there.
So you get a few minutes here and there, and we just loved talking to both Mark and Trish, and having the opportunity to talk to them about our plans, and for them to both, tell us the same thing that you hear every week on their YouTube channel. They are real. And
Yep.
they're authentic, and they tell you the exact same thing. Don't wait until later. Do what you can do now. Make a plan now and take a step. Don't wait until everything lines up, because it probably just won't happen.
Yeah. So, question. Why did we do it at such a young age? Did we retire? How are we doing this? Well, my reason for wanting to do this is because we watched our families, and both of our parents have medical issues. My mother was diagnosed at the age of 62 with Alzheimer's, and so that put my mom and dad into a position where they never got to their golden years. They never got to the retirement. So they didn't get to, they didn't get to go out and enjoy that time together.
It's really hard for her, so I'm going to jump in and help her out a little bit. They didn't get the opportunity to enjoy that time. They had a lot of plans. They had saved all their life to enjoy that time, and she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's early, and it progressed quickly. So it really interrupted with their plans. And I had a similar issue with my parents as well. My mother had health issues that kept them from being able to get out and do much traveling. And so we both looked at our own individual parents, and we realized that,
we're not going to wait until we're 65. Right. I want to hike those trails. I want to go to Angel's Landing. I want to go and do all of this stuff when I'm young enough and able to do it all.
Right.
And so that was the reason why we decided to do it at the age of 50.
So part of our planning was to become debt-free.
Yes.
And that's part of why it took a little while.
Yep.
We've always been pretty good at managing our money. But our goal was to not undertake something like this with any kind of debt.
Right.
So we made sure all of our debt was paid off to free up a little bit of money, and then we put savings aside and saved up a certain amount of money. We had a plan. Part of our plan included work camping if we needed to, or maybe finding a job on the road or whatever we needed. And our goal really when we started was, as long as we're able to make 1 or 2 years, we might appreciate that, and we might be able to extend it in other ways.
Yep. So, all the time, we're always reanalyzing, where are we, what are we doing, how much longer do you think we could do this, how much longer do we want to do this. Like he said, we started out work camping. I really enjoyed work camping, and I think at some point in time I'd like to do that work camping again. The reason I liked work camping so much, and something for you to consider if you wanted to do this, is you meet so many wonderful people, and you have a nice length of time that you're going to actually stay someplace. Depending on the campground, sometimes you can do it for 6 months. Sometimes you can tell, no, I only want to do it for 3 months. That's what we did in Utah. But work camping is a lot of fun if you're in the right area.
Right. So why YouTube? Why are we doing what we're doing right now with YouTube? And there's a whole lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons for that.
But I think one of our biggest reasons is it's a way for us to share. It's a way for us to share with our own families and with our constantly growing family that we have right now, which is you.
Right.
We've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I still remember our very first video.
Oh my gosh. Don't go look at that.
Boy, was that bad. But still, it's so we can share, and so we can maybe help you.
Right.
This is a community effort, and we've always kind of thought of it that way.
Right.
We're building a family.
Yeah.
We're not building followers and subscribers. Yes, you're a subscriber. Yes, you're a follower, but you're part of our family, and we want you to be part of our family and part of our adventure.
Yeah. We've always really enjoyed helping people, and this is definitely a way that we can give back and help. We make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. We tell you what our mistakes are and how not to make that same mistake. You name it, it's just a way that we can share all of our experiences, joys, defeats.
We've had some defeats.
Yeah, but it's just one way that we can give back to everyone out there who wants to watch.
And, we kind of felt that, Keep Your Daydream helped inspire us.
Right.
And then when we met them, they encouraged us. So we wanted to be able to maybe help inspire somebody else, maybe help encourage somebody else, and provide some information on how to get there. You know, what can you do to get there if that's something that you want to do?
Right. So lately, we've been getting a lot of great comments on our videos and asking, "Are you thinking about doing as a video?" And so we love those comments. What do you want to see from us? And because we'd love to have ideas of what you guys really want to see. We've been asked several times now, are we going to do a travel day video? Yeah, we are. We're working on that actually right now. We've been working on that for a couple of weeks because we only travel once a month. So it's not like I can just pack up and travel tomorrow to get that video done. But we love the comments. We love hearing from everybody. And if you have ideas of what you want to know, let us know in the comments below, because we'd love to have that and get those videos done also.
One of the things I wanted to talk about too, which is our name, you know, our YouTube channel name.
How did we come up with that name there?
Roaming with the Ramsays. Well, you know, it's kind of funny. We were trying to just think of something that would be good, that would kind of describe us.
It took us weeks to come up with a name that we thought would fit us.
And it does, because we just love to get out and roam around. I still remember when we first moved to Alaska.
Oh my gosh.
In one weekend, we put over 1,000 miles on a car. One day we drove like 500 miles, you know, like 300 miles north, and then back up to Denali from Anchorage. And then the very next day we're like, hey, let's go down to Homer. And we drove all the way down to Homer. By the time the weekend was over, we had over 1,000 miles on the car. And it was just to roam around and see things.
It was one of those weekends where the weather wasn't the best. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit at home? Nope, not us. We don't sit at home.
Right.
We go out and find things. I mean, we have been all the way up to Chicken, Alaska. Have you ever heard of Chicken? Cool little town. We've been all the way down to Homer. Love that town. It's a beach town, you know, the ocean side. Great halibut fishing. We go halibut fishing there many, many times. Well, all the way over to Seward and up the Fairbanks. So we've been just about everywhere you could possibly go in Alaska on a road, even the dirt roads.
A lot of dirt roads.
That's just who we are.
Right.
We've always done that.
And so it came pretty easy once we thought about it. Roaming with the Ramsays came pretty easy. And then we started trying to come up with, you know, kind of like a little slogan or
tagline.
Tag,
yep.
You know, and we came up with Chasing Our Adventures. And I think that fits also because we want to experience as much as we can in the country and see as many of the great places that there are to see. And then we want to share that with you guys, so maybe you'll have an opportunity to do kind of what we've done and start creating a bucket list.
Yep.
What adventure are we going to go on next? You know, and so we try to inspire you to chase adventures as well.
Right. You know, and chasing adventures can mean many different things to anybody and everybody. You know, one of the things is that we both grew up in an outdoors family. We raised our children outdoors, camping, hiking, fishing, all of that kind of stuff. So we've had a lot of different type of adventures over our years of life and 33 years of marriage, and our kids are still very, or at least our daughter more so than our son, is very active outdoors and loves to do that. So we were able to bring that type of stuff to our children also. And so, you know, chasing your adventures can mean so many different things. You know, do you just want to be a weekend chaser? Do you want to be a full-time chaser? It's all up to you.
There's nothing wrong with either one. I mean, we've rode bikes in Glacier National Park when part of the road was closed. We've kayaked down the river in Whitefish, Montana.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of different, we've hiked all kinds of hikes in Glacier and all kinds of national parks.
Yep.
We really do enjoy hiking because in a lot of places it's something that we can take Sky with us. I want to make sure that we give you a little nod to Sky. She's not in the video right now, but that's our mixed breed Border Collie Australian Shepherd that
and
just
she's 4 years old, and yeah, I mean,
loves
she's
being outside having fun. And we learned, since we've been here on the coast of Texas, the beach
She's loving the beach. I mean, you can literally see this dog walking with a smile on her face. You know, you could just tell the different expressions of a dog. And Sky, she totally smiles.
Right? So make sure that you leave us a comment, you know, like Alice said, maybe some video recommendations, what kind of things you want to see. If there's more that you want to know about us that we didn't share in this video, just ask us, leave us a comment. I read every comment that we get, and I try to respond to every single comment.
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah? Oh my goodness, listen to Yeah?
How's the beach, Skybird? How's the beach?
The beach fun?
Huh? How's the beach?